Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 10 content. So we do have some slightly odd circumstances going on right now. We do not have the Beast of US East in the lobby. He is running late, therefore we are going to run the draft right here, right now, then kill the lobby, remake with the Beast on the premises, and from there we will play our Dota 2. That'll be nice to see the Beast in the building, but yeah. We have two interesting teams tonight. Boring Zone on the Dire side, Polaras on the Radiant side. I actually need to swap these little thingies on my OBS. Let's just go put this over here. But there we go, we did it. But yeah. Polaras currently, it's hard to tell exactly with the records because of these forfeit things, but from what I could tell, Polaras are 10-6 and Boring Zone are 9-11, but it's a little bit hard to tell. Regardless, Boring Zone are 2 wins under 500, Polaras are 4 games over. That's the part that I do know. Exact wins and losses, a little bit hard to tell, but still. We'll figure it out by the end of the season, I'm sure. Looking at rosters, we do have a stand-in for the Dire as well. Mr. Lens, Cuba's finest Mr. Lens, will not be here tonight. Not quite sure why. Didn't ask, don't have an answer, but I do know he's not here. And he will be replaced by whatever's very own Spirit Specialist, DKMP. He will be the stand-in tonight. It's a relatively similar MMR players for the middle lane. I think Mr. Lens might be slightly higher, but it's very close to MMR-wise. Looking over at bans, about what you would expect. We see the Visage banned out. Once again, we've seen a lot of Visage this season from certain teams. I know, I think it's Whole City plays a Visage for this team. Dawnbreaker, one of the heroes in Dota currently, smart ban. Beastmaster, one of the better heroes in Dota, but especially a pretty fantastic pick in Lads. And then Marcy, of course, arguably the best hero in Dota right now. You see her 5-pick all the time, so she's also banned out. 5-pick Wyvern into 6-7 Zeus Mars into 8 Puck. All top-tier heroes. Nothing too shocking there. So all that is expected is on the floor. Good heroes banned, good heroes picked. The only thing odd is the stand-in and the incoming remake that we are about 9 minutes from. But it is worth it to remake for my favorite player in Lads, the Beast of US East. Emphasis on the Beast. He is not the best offlaner in Lads, but he is the most electrifying player in Lads. He is the epitome of the old style dive your tower like an absolute madman type of player. I'm not even going to pretend it's optimal the heroes he picks or the way he plays, but what he is absolutely entertaining. That's why I dubbed him the most electrifying player in Lads. This Polaras team in general, I'm surprised I haven't casted Polaras more than I have. Because Polaras has 3 of my favorite players in Lads. They have Sonagod, who's one of my favorite carries in Lads. They have Levi, who's probably my second favorite 5 support in Lads. And the Beast, who's my favorite player in Lads. So 3 players I'm a real big fan of. And then there's Whole City, once again. Whole City's also a candidate for the most electrifying player in Lads. My original caster reel was like half clips involving Whole City. So I'm surprised I haven't casted this team more. It would make a lot of sense, but I just haven't, I guess. I think actually I planned on casting them last night, but what ends up happening is they end up rescheduling. It's supposed to be Riley Feed taking on Polaras last night. They ended up rescheduling. I casted instead Nebula versus Toilet Jork, which ended up being an absolutely fantastic epic series. The game 2 kind of ruined my voice for a few hours, but it was absolutely worth it. So I'm happy I got that cast that series. But you know what? I am back one night later for some Polaras action against Boring Zone, so should be a pretty fantastic time. Luckily, we are done with the most boring phase of the draft. I think the if you had to break down the draft into 6 phases, I think the second draft phase, the third phase of the draft, is the most boring phase because there's 6 parts and usually very similar heroes end up getting banned out. And once again, very good cores banned out: Kunkka, Ember, Dragon Knight, Alchemist, Juggernaut, Medusa. We've been seeing a lot of these Alks, Jugs, Medusas, Dragon Knights, Embers in DPC. Kunkka a little bit less so, but only a little bit less so. It's still once again a staple of DPC. So all very good heroes being banned out. So nothing too shocking in that case. We are coming on into what I am expecting to be a 5 support pick. Unless Boring Zone get bold with their drafting, saying, you know what, we know this puck is likely mid. We can counterpick the mid lane matchup now. But they will go for the more standard option. It will be the 5 support selection. The Disruptor, the option, which I like. It's good into the Cold Embrace of Wyvern. It's good into the puck in general. Long, persistent AoE silence. Hard for puck to get out of. So I like the pick. I know it's a hero that Levi isn't a fan of. I've spoken with Levi in the past regarding things. He's a fan of Disruptor, so I think Chella likes it as well. So both, wait. The Dire picked it. Might be. I think Patience also has played Disruptor in the past this season. So it shouldn't be too shocking he's back to Disruptor again. Mixed up which team picked Disruptor on that one, but all is well in that sense. We have an Ogre Magi selection for Polar as that is. Ooh. I'm not interested in seeing what goes 4, what goes 5. I'm thinking Wyvern 5, Ogre 4, but it definitely could be the other way around. I certainly would like to see Levi on the Wyvern. Levi is like 6.6k or something. Very good individual player for the 5 support in Lads. I want to see he's like one of the higher 5 supports in all Lads, so I would definitely trust him on the Wyvern if he's playing it. We have seen in some of the DPC games today what happens if you have a good Wyvern. We saw Fata play the Wyvern earlier today. Fata went absolutely off, and I think Levi is basically the Fata of Lads, like he's imported from another region. He's from Indonesia. He comes on in, super PMA, super valuable to his teams. I'm a big fan, just like Fata, so, he's basically the Fata of Lads. So I would love to see him on Wyvern. We are a little bit off the rails already, it appears, but it's going to be okay. We are chewing through reserve time. We're going to see a Night Stalker selection for the Beast of US East in the offlane. That will be the pick here, so I'm noticing 2 things about this Radiant side draft. One, it has a lot of capability for aggression with the Wyvern Curse, Ogre Bloodlust, Night Stalker, Puck, lots of ability to dive. But the one other observation, notice the color palettes on these Radiant heroes. If you're colorblind, by the way, these are all blue heroes. Wyvern, blue. Puck, light blue. Ogre, blue. Night Stalker, blue. 4 blue heroes. So if there's a blue carry selection, I think I'm onto something. We are relatively low on heroes that are blue that can play carry. Drow Ranger, certainly an option, but Drow Ranger also not very good in the current patch. Not good into Mars, not good into Void Spirit, not good into really anything the Dire has, so Visage would be a logical pick, but once again, Visage was first banned. We are not seeing Visage. They don't want to see any kind of Visage tonight. I guess Slark's kind of blue, but once again, Slark not good right now, so if we're thinking blue heroes as their modus operandi right now, not the option for Polar as. I'm trying to think of other blue carries, but I think I'm running out of blue carries.
5 seconds remaining.
AniMage is purple. That's not blue. Yeah, I'm going to just tab over for a second. You look at the hero list. Terracopter's blue. Razor's blue. Ricky's blue. We have some options. There's some more. Morphling's blue. We actually have a lot of blue carries left. None of them actually good right now. Oh, wait, Weaver. Weaver's blue. Problem solved. Weaver's good. That's a good hero. I've solved the trap for Polarize. Probably not the pick here. It's a hard game to play Weaver into this Dire vanguard of Mars and Void Spirit. Step in, Blink on Mars, Arena Spear, Aghanim's Resonant Pulse, Silence. There's a lot of means to ruin Weaver's game if that's the option for the Radiant carry, so I would expect much more of a... I'm not gonna call it a brawly hero, but a hero who is inherently fine with standing his ground with like 1.5 items, and then buys a BKB. I would say a hero like Ursa or Monkey King comes to mind. Both of those will actually Pam with a Radiant instead. Perhaps it might be a hero like Lifestealer that'll be the option. Oh, that's a good ban. Lifestealer would have been a very good pick for Polar Ass. I like that ban a lot. Smart ban. Whoa, 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 whoa! That's a Pudge selection. Pudge. Once again, more popular than ever right now, but I did not expect it this game. I would have loved to have seen a hero in the mold of a Bristleback, but instead we get Pudge. We are going to remake right now. I'm going to screenshot this just in case, because you never know, sometimes the players in Dota get a little bit raucous. But we are remaking the lobby, so the Beast of US East can join. I'm going to, see, I need manual, I need League of Lads, oops, League of Lads, I need all pick. There we go. And then we should have the Beast of US East. If I look over at the main... There he is. There's the Beast of US East. That's my guy. He's going to be in the lobby. We're going to remake. We are going to see a very interesting draft situation. I think I definitely prefer the Dire side draft because they have a very coherent strategy in which you have this Bristleback hero who's very powerful, and you put around him these heroes who are fundamentally fine with jumping in, jumping out. They're good at initiation, they're good at counter-initiation. The cores, in particular, good at initiating. The supports, good at counter-initiating. But Void Spirit in general is game seeing nice and powerful in the sense of get in, get out, cancel, dismember, go in on a hero like Puck, isolate a hero like Wyvern. A lot of options this game if you are playing well in the Void Spirit, and it is DKMP Void Spirit. It's arguably his best hero, inarguably in his top 3. For those who don't know, DKMP is a spirit specialist. Ember Spirit, Void Spirit, Storm Spirit, that's his jam. He even played Storm Spirit the other night. Didn't go that well, because once again, it's Storm Spirit in the current patch, but he's an enthusiast of that style of hero. He loves to get in, get out, be evasive, be maneuverable, that kind of style of Dota, and seeing him play Void Spirit tonight should be absolutely fun. I look forward to it immensely. Let's see here. We are waiting on... Oh, we did it! Everyone in the lobby. All pick is on. Nomad. There we go. Let's put a little ready in the chat. Hopefully everyone's ready for our all pick game. We're remaking because that's amateur Dota 2 for you sometimes. Let's go to OBS and remove these little things right over here because I have expert production value. There we go. Tab back on in. We have one affirmative G. We need one more affirmative G, and then we are going to be into the action. Gonna press that blue button, select our heroes, get into the action, and you know what? I love me some Dota 2, so I'm ready for it. I'm gonna ask. I want to move this along. We are very late, so I'm gonna just double check one more time. Those are correct settings. I'm gonna put the GLHF in the chat and press our good friend the blue button. Blue button pressed. That's how you know it's Dota 2 time. But yeah, it is Wyvern, Puck, Ogre, Nightstalker, Pudge for Polar Ass. It is Zeus, Mars, Disruptor, Void Spirit, Bristleback for Boring Zone. And we are going to see those exact 5 set of heroes being selected by both sides. It seems like it will be Levi playing the Ogre Magi, which that disappoints me. I would have loved to have seen his Wyvern, but what can you do? What can you do? It is going to be an Ogre Pudge lane leading into Mars plus Disruptor, which is interesting because I was thinking it'd be a Zeus 4, Disruptor 5, but the 5 player has selected Zeus and the 4 player has selected Disruptor, which indicates it will be a Zeus as 5 and Disruptor as 4. I'm not... Maybe it's a role swap going on, or perhaps it's simply that's going to be Zeus 5. And once again, Zeus 5 is certainly doable. I am of the opinion that Zeus 4 is just better, but... why does it say finishing loading? Go to? Hello? Okay, we're good. We have finished loading. We are into the action for game number 1 of Boring Zone taking on Polar Ass. It is time. If you are just joining us, welcome to a best of 2 regular season League of Legends Season 10 action. Some of the premier North American amateur Dota featuring 5 through 7K players. On the Radiant side, we have Polar Ass featuring some of the most electrifying players in LADs. My favorite player, the Beast of US East, the great, contentious man himself, Whole City. A number of fantastic players. Taking on, once again, a very good Boring Zone team. With a Void Spirit Specialist playing the Void Spirit, so it should be a pretty fantastic time. But it's already Tiani being run at in the dire side Tri-Camp by 5. He's slowed by Arctic Burn and the Ignite from Ogre Magi. Whole City will jump in with the Orb into a long-range hook from Sonic God. Tiani has a 3-man rebuke, but there is no saving the life of the Mars. First Blood goes to the ideal target as well. It is Whole City 07. Grabbing the first one. He's already all chatting. And this... I alluded to it a little bit when I called Whole City one of the most contentious players in LADs, and this is part of the reason why. Whole City is notorious for all-shatting. He is either the biggest all-shatter in LADs, or the second biggest all-shatter in LADs, depending on who you ask. But regardless, he is certainly one to voice his bad-mannered statements into the all-chats. He has gotten multiple warnings from the admins, but he knows not to have it go too far, or else his team will get punished again, so hope to see where that one goes. Middle lane is Puck versus Void Spirit. Traditionally a lane which you're very happy with on the Void Spirit, but obviously if you play well on the Puck, you can do quite well on the lane. You can play small camp, and one thing that Puck has over Void Spirit in this lane is you're better at controlling the runes pre-Void Spirit 6. You have Orb, you have the Waning Rift. It's a lot easier to control the runes pre-6. That is one of the big advantages Puck has in this lane. So we're going to see, with Whole City getting a very early bounty rune thanks to the First Blood, he might even get both of these water runes at minute 2, potentially. Top lane, it is Nightstalker Wyvern taking on Disruptor Bristleback. That seems like it's good for Bristleback. Bristleback in general, once again, a fairly strong laner. Nightstalker not very strong until minute 5, so Bristle should be fine in this lane. Or the bottom lane, that's where a lot of the fun should be. It is Pudge Ogre Magi taking on a Mars Zeus. We're going to be seeing a lot of man fighting in this lane. Potentially big plays via the Pudge hook. Once again, catch out a Zeus with no Heavenly Jump skilled. Could be a very easy kill there. Even the Mars. Quite the tanky hero, but still not that hard of a kill to obtain there. So, should be fun to see what happens there. Let's see here. We do have a stick on both of the top lane heroes on the Radiant side, which shouldn't be too shocking. Wyvern stick, Nightstalker stick. We're even seeing a wand being ferried out now for the Beast of US East, which once again makes a lot of sense. It's Bristleback, big spell spammer, and Disruptor, who I'm going to call a soft spell spammer. He's not like Skywrath Mage, Bristleback, Batrider, but he's still in like the top quarter of heroes spell spam wise. We are seeing a disconnection. I am going to all chat. Just to mess around with the people. I don't actually care why they're paused. Correction, I do care, but I'm not going to... Even though I'm a league admin, I'm not going to demand... Please state your reason for the pause. It is of the utmost... We are seeing off with a pretty fantastic response to the reason for pause. But we are paused. I'm assuming some kind of packet loss or possibly a hardware issue. I'm assuming a relatively minor thing. Kill DC, reload his Dota, come on back, and we'll be good to go back into our action. I'm a big fan of the all chatting tonight. There's been some pretty tasteful all chatting. I'm hoping it doesn't go too far, but it wouldn't be the first time all chat has gone too far in Dota. Definitely would not be the first time. Especially not in lads, but we have reconnected. There are 10 players back in the lobby. We're once again waiting on some more affirmative Gs, or perhaps some GWR, some go-in readies. We are chilling right now. All chat lines coming on now. And there's a G. 1 G obtained. And there is the pause resume. We're back into the action once again. Back to the middle lane. Seems like Void Spirit will get at least 1 water rune. Could even get both water runes. Hopefully he will... Interesting play. Orb Jaunt Rift. But it will mean the wave gets pushed in and Hull City can't grab that water rune now. Over to top lane, there's some man fighting around the hard camp area. Shallow and Off are somewhat low, but neither should die quite yet. Again, Shallow has 7 stick charges, so he will not die quite yet. Bottom lane, Patience is forced to heavenly jump away. I believe it was hooked in by Sonic God. Back to top lane again. Cello again remains alive, has 9 stick charges. Perhaps he's baiting out some spells here, knowing he can stick and fairy fire. So, we are on kill watch in both of the side lanes. I might miss one on an accident, and if I do, I apologize to the viewers, but there are a lot of very low heroes right now, so there's room for death. Knowing that Shellamelo is low, Dire are looking to play up on Night Stalker top lane. He has half HP on the Beast of US East, but also has a lot of wand charges, much like his Wyvern does. Simon takes about half his HP damage-wise, will return with that Thunder Strike onto the Beast of US East. Over, again, the bottom lane. Sonic God looked for a hook, this time missed it, so Tiani will survive. Actually, yeah, he missed the hook, never mind. Ooh, good play from Patience. We see him rotate towards the middle lane to secure the minute 4 water rune. So DKMP gets the 1 top, and Patience gets the 1 bottom. Whole City now has no water rune. He gets salved by Levi, but that will not heal him to full. So if your Whole City, something in your game is a lot worse. Just given the way the last minute of the lane is gone. No body rune, no water rune. Suddenly you're low on HP and mana. Again, hooks are being fished for bottom lane by the carry Pudge of Sonagod, but this time not on the mark. Again, Tiani on the Mars walks away from the danger. He'll even high-five the Ogre Magi on the way out, but it's top lane, where the Beast is getting frisky, running at Simon. Has 14 wand charges, but does not commit quite yet. We are at the eve of the evening. Nighttime starts in 5 more seconds, so perhaps top lane the fun may begin. Actually, middle lane! DKMP gets the 6 first, solo kills Whole City. Big play there from... She didn't even use the Astral Steps to get the kill. Big shocker on that one. That's why I didn't expect it. Thought the ulti wasn't skilled quite yet, but wow. Big play there from DKMP. Over to top lane, Simon, over to bottom lane, Levi dies. So both 5 supports go down to their off-lane 4 support opponents. Night Stalker at nighttime running down Disruptor. In the bottom lane, of course, simply running at the Ogre Magi. Again, top lane, Off has half HP, needs to be a little bit careful here. The Beast can once again re-engage. But for now, Off is safe under his tower. We are seeing a TP mid lane by Simon to fill up this bottle of DKMP, ensuring his Void Spirit is ready for a fight for the minute 6 rune, perhaps. And that will be a very important rune, especially for Whole City. But for both mid laners in general, we are seeing both mid laners going to be at this bottom rune area. DKMP, Whole City, both there, neither get the rune. We're seeing a coil on DKMP. Whole City is quite low. Dissimulate, Fairy Fire available before the Void Spirit. Patience arrives in, and now Whole City will escape, but only into the arms of Simon because of Thunderstrike. DKMP steps in for Levi, and Levi has 1/4 HP. He's still on the run. Step in by DKMP. The Fire Blast has been activated. And Levi actually will be safe, being an Ogre Magi, quite tanky there on the 5 support Ogre, but still, it's whole city dead, and they actually secure the Invis rune for DKMP, so DKMP again will get more mana via the Invis rune, and even the Bounty rune as well, so DKMP, very happy man right now on the Void Spirit. His team is putting a lot of rotations towards him just to secure his game right now, and it's working out. I mean, Void Spirit has a kill and an assist. He's leading Puck in CS. I haven't checked the net worth quite yet, but I'm 100% sure he's leading him in net worth as well. He's stepping in for Puck, middle lane to Puck. Little Orb and jaunt away. If DKMP had one more step, that might have been a kill with the Remnants, but DKMP, knowing his damage numbers, was not engaged for the kill attempt. Top lane, the Beast of US East has Dark Ascension, can go in at his choosing, but has not opted to go for a dive quite yet into that Bristleback. Bottom lane, speaking of 6s, Sonagod and the Pudge has hit 6 as well. Has a 1-3-1 skill build, Dismember skilled and ready to go for the ultimates. Tiani has Arena as well. Possibly fight bottom lane Arena on Levi, but Levi, it's a good fire blast before the spear comes out. Hook outside of the remaining instance member means Mars is attacking the tower. Mars will fall, and Patience now has to run. Will heavily jump, and he will escape. But ordinarily, when you play the Mars, you want to get a kill via that Arena early on in the game, get some momentum going, but instead of getting a kill, he only finds a death. And a death to Sonagod of all people as well, so big plays there for the Radiants. Unfortunate plays for the Dire. Back to the river. Minute 8 rune this time. Whole city will secure it. He will bottle up the illusion rune, so not the rune he wanted, but it is better than no rune. And had it been a better rune, perhaps it would have been a rotation, but instead it's bottom lane where the action's occurring. Spear on Sonagod. He has a stick, but he's quite low right now. Bolt will finish down the Pudge. Whole city rotates in, has Coil, he'll Orb. He'll split the wickets on the Orb. He hunts again with the Coil. He'll turn towards Tianyi, who's man-fighting with Levi. DKMP TPs in, steps in. At this point, it's a Coil on 3, but the Radiant are running out of heroes to fight with. The Beast will rotate in. They just simply need more heroes. Tiani and Whole City both go down. The Beast runs to Simon. Simon is incredibly low. The Void will finish the kill. The Beast has one more hit coming in, and that will finish the kill on Disruptor. DKMP has no steps remaining. Therefore, the Beast will walk away, it appears. He's diving in for a kill on Void Spirit. He goes in with the Void as Hook hits onto the Zeus. The Zeus, again, has Heavenly Jump on cooldown. Night Stalker is running at Void Spirit. Both of them are very low. Pudge kills Zeus. Night Stalker, oh, actually that's an Assimilate plus the right click from DKMP. It's absolute chaos in the bottom lane. And now Cello, he wants a nice little bite out of the fight as well. He engages in for DKMP. DKMP is low on mana. Ignite will hit. Fairy Fire popped the Remnant with the Fire Blast as the return. Down goes DKMP. And lo and behold, everybody's dying everywhere you look. Bottom lane fight. A minute and a half long, I believe, but at this point, I guess it technically goes in Dire's favor, but that is... Actually, it doesn't even count the Void Spirit kills. It's probably an even trade there. Absolute chaos. And again, it continues. Bottom lane, the Arena, the Spear, the Rebuke, Sonagod has no stick charges remaining, and he will die on the Pudge. Another death. And now it's Cello being run at. Tiani has Spear available. He'll Soul Ring into the Spear. The Bolt from Patience will finish the job. And that will be one more kill. A 9th kill now for the side of Boring Zone. Levi wants vengeance. Hunts for Tiani. Multicast skilled. Fire Blast available. Level 1 Fire Blast into no multicast. But Tiani will die to the Orb from Whole City, who again TP towards the bottom lane for the 2nd time in recent minutes. Woo! Chaos. And that's polar-ass Dota for you right there. It's funny looking at the scoreboard. Everybody, you know, is getting kills, getting deaths. There's one exception. There's one hero in the map who both has no kills and no deaths. It's off. And that might change top lane. Curse committed for the Bristleback. The Beast has silenced as well, Void available and used. The Raindrop tanks a lot of the damage. Patience and Simon rotate in looking for the Beast. He will ascend, but in comes a glimpse, and a static storm, and a kinetic field on top. The Beast is forced to fight, and he will be forced to fight to his death. Over the bottom lane, it's a two-man dive for Tianyi. Spear on Whole City. Remnant on the Puck as well. Puck is dead as Ogre Magi. What a fantastic turn from Tianyi and DKMP across the map. A 3-4-0. 2 kills in the bottom lane. 1 kill in the top lane. All good for Boring Zone. And we might even see a 4th kill. It's 3 heroes running at Chalamello. Glimpse is available, and is now in range, bringing him into the arms of Patience. Off is tanking a tower. Might die to the Beast. Again, the raindrop. Preventing some of the damage. Levi rotates in, as does Sonagod. Sonagod has hook available. Hits it on Simon to the right side of the team fight. Dismember, the rot, the damage. Far too much, but Radiant want more. The Beast wants to dive the tower, wants to hunt in the tree area, but at this point, the Dire have left the vicinity. They want nothing to do with this Radiant side gang squad. They want to, again, farm the map. But that may mean this top T1 might not be long for life. Radiant have 3 nearby. There will be no siege unit. The minute 10 siege unit died earlier, but with the pure power of running your heroes at this tower, it's probably going to die quite soon. Surprise, surprise, it is Bristleback playing the Tri-Camp with the Vanguard. He is making quick work of this triple stack at the Ancient Camp. Will be a nice infusion of farm. The T1 top has now fallen. I will draw a box to the next to indicate it is dead. Back to the middle lane, perhaps that will be the Radiant's next area of target. But Dire are smoking around it. DKMP and Simon is smoked up on 2. It could be a kill attempt bottom lane onto really anybody that's there, and after they get that kill, they can parlay it into a T1 tower siege. It is currently Chalamello on the defense. He has a 4-2-0-1 skill build right now. The curves could come in handy, but Dire instead actually move their attention towards the middle lane. The smoke is still active. Now broken on Simon. Static Storm, Kinetic Field. DKMP steps in. The Remnants will miss, but it will not be needed. Down goes Whole City to the bottom lane. Tianyi and Patience will dive. Curse only on 1. Rebuke finishes the job. The Beast rotates in, has Ascension, looking for Tianyi. Levi will stun via multicast Fire Blast. Tianyi is 130 HP and dropping rapidly. He'll Arena on 2. He'll spear away the Beast. Interesting interaction on that one. Tianyi remains alive, but not for long. That is a 1-for-1 trade in the bottom lane. A solo kill middle lane for 2-4 across the map, and now it turns into a 2-for-2 with Patience going down. Over to middle lane. Sonagod. He is there. And his teammates are rotating in. Coil on DKMP. A glimpse on Sonagod. The whole city has a silence to keep DKMP in place. Silence, but it's purged by the illusion rune. But another silence from the Beast of US East. Down goes DKMP, and now it's again off. The tankiest hero on the map in the area, preventing Radiant from getting more. But again, it's just everywhere you look this game, it is non-stop pop action. 2 kills per minute. Nearly. Love me some Dota 2.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And there's one thing I almost love as much as Dota 2, and that's water.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Some good water. Top T1 again is slowly coming under attack. The Polaris have been doing a very good job of defending this tower. Whether it's via Chalamello or the Beast or Levi, they're just ensuring somebody is here in this area to defend this tower. And again, map control-wise, it's rare that the T1 tower in the safe lane is held alive for this long. Often, it ends up dying at the minute 10 area with the minute 10 siege unit, or even before that. But this game, it's up at minute 15, which means it's going to be harder for Dire to play into this Radiant side jungle. We're seeing currently a kill top lane on Whole City. Static Storm in the DKMP rotation bring down the puck. As happens bottom lane, it's an Arena on Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi certainly will fall, and perhaps the tower might now go down. And that will finally allow Dire to project themselves into this Radiant jungle better. Radiant have control it by keeping this tower alive and warding But with this tower being dead, it's really only this ward keeping some protection there. These two camps certainly will be lost, which means Dire can farm that area of the map in the tri-camp efficiently on the Bristleback. For the time being, though, it's still a bit of a stalemate going on. Both teams are splitting the map.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dire certainly are waiting on a key timing, and that is their Bristleback being too big to fail. And he actually might be there right now. You look at his items on Bristleback. He has the Vanguard and the Ags, and arguably he's strong enough to just win the game right now. I would personally want another item on top, probably a BKB, or he has a Satanic currently queued up. Any item really, but we're seeing Blink Spear onto the Pudge, Dire collapse on Sonic. What's a 3-man curse? Fantastic onto Tiani. Tiani will perish. Dire still got Bristleback, but it's the Zeus dying to puck as well. This member on Bristleback. Bristleback is low. He's dropping. He's quilling, but he cannot survive. The Fire Blast brings him to the void. 3 kills for Polaras, and the Beast wants more, or at least a courier or something. He's diving for more kills. He will not find more blood, but it's still 3 kills for Polaras, and it will be an easy parlay from that middle T1 tower after getting a team fight win. So again, it was a 3k lead for the sign of Boring Zone, but lo and behold, your 3k lead is now less than 1k in just one errant team fight. And Dire recognize they're very strong right now. They're smoking on up for some kind of kills after the fight, knowing there's cooldowns from Radiance. Tactic Storm and Step In used onto the puck. Puck is very dead. It's at least 1 kill for Boring Zone. And a pretty good kill at that, being the whole city middle lane Puck. But they don't just want 1 kill. They want to, again, have as much momentum as possible via the Bristleback. This is a man with bristles on his back. That's how you know he's ready to fight right here, right now. He's got bristles on his back. And the mid T1 is the primary target right now. Blink Spear actually misses from Tiani. Sonagod's being run at by all 3 cores, but he remains alive at half HP. Arena, but the curse counterplay used by Cello Mello on 3. Simon dead. Tiani dead. Sonagod somehow still alive. He'll pig Paul in, looking for off. Radiance. It'll be a coil on 1, but it's 1 good target. It's snapped on Bristleback. The Beast is hitting. The Fire Blast stuns. Ignite. Another hook from Sonagod. Off will perish. The next target, DKMP, the 4th death of the fight if he dies, and the Fire Blast will ensure, and again, Patience tried to escape from the Roshan pit, looked to keep you away, could not get away. That is a full 5-man wipe for Polaras. There we go. Big team fight win. And not only is it 1 big team fight win, it's also a Roshan win. It is only the first Roshan of the game. A wise man once told me that the main function of the first Roshan is to secure your second Roshan, but still, the Aegis is quite the nice resource to have. It perhaps could allow Radiant to go begin sieging some of these tier 2 towers, notably top lane, but also there's some T2s mid lane. There's actually a tier 2 and a tier 1 bottom lane right now, so there's a lot of objectives for Radiant to go for with this first Aegis. Wouldn't be too shocked if we see a smoke play into the top lane, grab the tower, grab the outpost, then post up at the tri-camp, push in mid lane, push in bot lane, and restrict the ability for Boring Zone to farm. Bristleback remains the most farmed hero in the map, but the Mars, the Zeus, Disruptor, they're all quite poor right now, and if you're not winning fights and you're not farming a full map, it's hard to get those heroes up to snuff this game. Again, a fight. Ooh, it might break out bottom lane. Dire have a sentry ward. It can spot the Invis Puck. However, whole city again is out of detection range barely. Has a coil and an Aegis. Wants to play a Dota, looking at Radiant Vision. They don't have an exact idea where the Dire are right now. Meanwhile, Dire will smoke up as 3. Whole city. Oh, what a fantastic smoke break! Static Storm has been whiffed. Whole city will survive. The fast reactions from Whole City. Greetings in the all chat. Tip on to Simon. And again, if you need one more sign, it's time to team fight for Polar Ass. That is your sign. Big ulti's on cooldown. Thunder God's Wrath committed. Tidal Storm committed. And here we go. It's an attempt on DKMB. He'll Yules himself, but he's still silenced by the Beast of US East and dismembered by the Pudge. Now Radiant, hunt for more. The Beast sees Patience. Patience will be slowed by Void in 1 second. In blinks Whole City. Down goes Patience. And down goes Simon's Courier. So that will be 2 more kills for Polar Ass. And again, look where the Beast is. He's hunting. Almost finds Simon TPing to cancel his TP. And now he's running it off. Ascension ends in 5 seconds off. Is running away, has no BKB, but does have TP. It is daytime, but in come the cavalry. Arctic Burn committed, off. However, remains alive. And Polar Ass, despite getting big kills, have not gotten objectives out of the Aegis quite yet. We are down to half duration remaining on the Aegis. T2 mid is fine, T2 top is fine, T1 bottom is still fine, so if you're a Polar Ass fan, I think you would like to see them parlay these team fight wins into some kind of objective. But we're not seeing too much come up other than wards, which are being dewarded. I suppose the one thing that Polar Ass are doing well right now is they're splitting the map efficiently. You look at the area they're farming on the map right now, it is much larger than the area that that Boring Zone are farming. Whole City and the Wyvern Illusion are hitting the bottom T1 tower. That too will pass, and we will move on to the last T1 on the Dire side falling. Again, Radiant can go for more. They have 3 smokes on Levi if they want to go in the near future. Perhaps it is push out the top lane and then smoke up as 5, or even smoke up as 3 or 4. You don't need all 5 this game to truly fight efficiently. But we are down to a bit over a minute on the Aegis timer for Whole City. So that time is quickly ticking down. It's already been 4 minutes. And again, there's only been a tier 1 dead. I'm sure they... Oh, good Thunder God's Wrath. It technically doesn't spot the smoke. But you look at the way they're grouped, it's pretty obvious they're going for some kind of 5-man play. So I'm sure Dire can play high ground as Radiant Smoke into them. That seems to be the play here. We're seeing DKMP and Tiani stand on high ground. Whole City blinks in, Ascension comes in, Coil only on 1, but it's 1 good target once again. DKMP is going to perish as the Beast runs at Tiani. Tiani, the Beast, wait a minute, DKMP actually dissimulates and steps away. Somehow, how did he possibly survive? Tiani goes down. I can't believe DKMP's still alive. He'll TP away. I'm sure he was dead, much like Taste Simon are, but I am so surprised. I mean, I guess Radiant did not fully commit for the kill. They expected the Void Spirit to be dead. They split their attention on other targets such as Tiani to ensure there was no counter-initiation, but I'm shocked DKMP survived there. I truly am. Regardless, the Aegis has expired. Polar Ass have gained a moderate-sized teamfight win once again, and they will parlay that into a middle T2 tower. They can go for the mid T2 tower, into the outpost, into perhaps, again, controlling this area of the map for the second Roshan when that comes. We are anywhere from 2.5 minutes to 5.5 minutes to the all-important second Roshan of the game, where the Aegis and the free Aghanim Shard are the spoils. And there are some very good Ag Shards to be obtained still. On the Radiant side, Ogre, good shard. Pudge, good shard. Puck, it's a shard. And actually, I would probably like to see being given the Wyvern this game. I love to see the Wyvern shard this game. Probably the best shard that Radiant don't have currently. But that also assumes they get the second Roshan. It's certainly possible that Dire just win a team fight around when Roshan spawns, and then they get the free shard. Once again, Mars shard, very good. Void Spirit shard, very good. Bristle shard, certainly powerful in a game like this, where you can get certainly multiple men hairballs.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
For the time being, though, Dire will smoke us 5. direction, they have no smokes. They will not smoke as 5. But they will walk as 5 anyway. Whole City breaks whatever they're doing. It's a coil on Mars, but it's only on 1. We are seeing Glimpse used onto, I'm not even quite sure who. Whole City will BKB. Sonic got blinks in looking for the action. Whole City remains alive. Arena is on 2, but Radiant still pursued for more. Dismember on off. Simon dies to the Beast. The Beast runs for Patience. Patience is low. Sonic God, he's man fighting. He's losing the man fight right now. Patience is dead. Dire are down both supports, but the Bristle back absolutely massive. Both supports buy back. They know this is a fight to win if they can get the right kills. Bristle remains low, but so do multiple cores on the Radiant side. They're on the run. Levi gets glimpsed. A curse on 3. Fantastic. Tianyi falls. Patience will die back. Simon will die back. Hook in on off. He too is dead. DKMP, the lone survivor, will be dismembered. He will be brought to join his teammates in the grave. And again, for Polaras, another full 5-man wipe, and that is where you break the game wide open. Top T2 dead, and well, usually you see the second Roshan is being used to go high ground, but if there's no defenders, then well, it's time to go high ground right here, right now. It's a 4v0, it's a free tower, it's possibly even free barracks, and again, there simply are not enough buybacks. 2 of them are committed, 1 on Disruptor, 1 on Zeus, and Bristle and the Void Spirit just lack the gold right now, so which means, well, you really can't stop this. Mars might not even show his face, because if he shows his face, Blink Night Stalker, Blink Pudge, you might just die.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
So a full set of top racks have been grabbed by the side of Polaras, and they are in a prime position to control the map for the second Roshan. It could be alive right now, and if they were lucky, it would be alive right now. It is not. But it will be in 1 minute and 17 more seconds. Dire are respawning. They too know the importance of that second Roshan objective. But at this point, their ability to fight is getting a lot lowered. We saw before, Bristle was the #1 net worth hero, strongest hero on the map. Now he's 3rd in net worth, behind the Pudge, behind the Night Stalker. And just given how much lockdown the Radiant haven't, it's really hard for Bristleback to operate in these team fights. Sure, he has that BKB now, which is a big step in the right direction, but even then, there's some stuff to go through. BKB via Dismember, via the direct target of the curse. So there's some options there to lock down a BKB Bristleback. The Beast will engage, blinking in for Zeus, and Zeus gets demolished by the Beast of US East! He wants for one more support kill. He wants Disruptor. The BKB remains active. Simon low. Panic Storm used. In comes Whole City, jaunting in. Bringing down Simon. The Beast will perish. Whole City, BKBs. He's actually in too deep. The Radiance go for a massive dive. And well, it does not pay off. It's 2 cores lost and 2 BKBs, 2 BKBs committed for 2 support kills. And Whole City and the Beast recognize something may have gone wrong here. They're tipping each other for the plays that were made today. So, interesting stuff right there, but seems like Polaras are still in very good spirits despite feeding away 2 kills. Second Roshan has respawned. I don't think either team knows quite yet, but we're coming up on 11 minutes quite soon, so wait a minute. Solo kill top lane by Cello Mello. Kills Patience. He's going to lose his life, but in doing so, he drags TPs to the base. Bristle and Disruptor are in the base. The Zeus is dead, and Cello blinks away. He still can't TP, but he's buying space. Cello is certainly going to die. He gets glimpsed away back towards Disruptor. Cello again will embrace. Again, delaying the inevitable. Panic Storm actually gets committed. That was definitely not required, but it does certainly do the job. A very good 1-for-1 for Cello Mello. Even though economically, his team lost gold for it, indirectly his team farmed the map thanks to it. So it certainly worked out. We are again waiting for either team to acknowledge the existence of the second Roshan of the game. That will be the primary targets of Polar Ass certainly should be the primary target of the side of Boring Zone as well. Again, DKMP, surprise, surprise. Solo kill Soul City. Again, did not expect that, but with the Aghanims on DKMP, it's certainly doable, and it was done. I think I've missed 3 kills total all game, and all of them have been solo kills by DKMP on Soul City. What can you do? Back to the Roshan pit. Dire know Puck is dead. They know now is the time to engage for big objectives. It is the Aegis and the Shard. Hook from long range is short. Wyvern has Blink Curse. The Beast is Invis. Dire know he's there. Spear brings him away from the Sentry range, actually. He is now glimpsed, but again, he's pretty safe on Night Stalker. Levi's the Fire Blast on Mars. Hook from Sonagod is on Tiani's. Remember, now cancel. Tiani will arena only on one. Roshan's incredibly low. Awful grab Aegis and the Shard. No! Shard! Grabbed by Levi. Patience, Simon, both dead. The Beast again hunts back lines. DKMP is in. But the Beast has 3 kills, bringing down Tiani. Levi to fall, but Off and DKMP are currently in a 2v3. DKMP will assimilate, but the Arctic burn damage and the blink in by 2 cores is too much. It is a 4 for 2. Technically, the Dire got what they came for. They wanted the second Aegis. But with it, they lost a lot. They lost 4 kills and they lost a free shard. Levi grabbed and consumed it already, so... Still, despite getting the Aegis, it's quite good for Polar Ass. And once again, Polar Ass are one more good fight away from simply winning this game. We are one more good fight away from 2 Gs in the chat. The bottom tier 2 stands in the way of the Megas. That will be the first target of the Radiance, it appears. Off is defending. He knows it is time to defend. But again, Radiant are beginning to close the map in. There's equilibrium naturally in the top lane via these super creeps. Mid lane gets brought in, bot lane gets brought in, and now it's everything headed towards the Dire's base. Even if Radiant don't high ground right now, simply playing the way they are means that Dire are farming again less of the map. We're seeing Off engage in, gets broken by the Silver Edge of the Beast. The break has ended, Satanic activated. Again, Mars will blink in, arenaing Levi's Ogre Magi. DKMP steps in for Sonic God. Sonic God will TP away. Radiant will attempt to retreat. Levi is in severe danger. Curse is on to DKMP. Actually might just die here. Simon dead. DKMP dead. Wait, Patience is dead too. Dire are collapsing. The spear on Whole City. The kill is very important. Now perhaps the Dire can fight, but again the break will mean the Aegis is lost on Off. Tiani gets blinked upon by the Beast of US East. The silence means that he cannot escape, and again, it's Off alone. Fighting in a 1v3, he'll BKB looking to mana fight, but he's dropping rapidly. The Beast is just too strong. The Beast is beginning to drop. Silver Edge, no! Cold Embrace instead. Tiani buys back, spears away the Beast. The night has ended, but again, he's Invis. The Rebuke. Spear on cooldown. The Beast walks away. Sonagod, with dismember, ensures the Mars will die back. So close, but so far for Boring Zone. And again, it's Polar Ass with another crucial team fight win. That fight alone will not mean the GG is called, but again, the game state improves for Polar Ass. The net worth lead is extended all the way up to 21k. The creeps are entering the base in a good Shadow Blade by Off to escape Sonagod Pudge. Did not detection. The Beast will BKB blink in for Simon. Curse on to Simon. Is absolutely going to get demolished. Again, the Beast is hunting for more, but the rest of his team is running at Off. Hook in from short range. Ensures Bristleback 2 will die, and Bristleback has no buyback. 3 dead, no buyback. There are no Gs in the chat, but this game is all but decided, barring an absolutely gigantic throw by Polar Ass. They will win game number 1. Again, the Beast blinks in, silencing on to the ult from DKMP will save the lives of him and Patience. Step in for damage. Hook dodged by Heavenly Jump. And actually, DKMP with step damage brings down the Beast of US East for 1,500 gold. Levi will get remnanted as well. His life is not quite yet gone, but the bolt from Patience will finish the job. And now, the bottom racks have perished. But Dire are beginning to respawn. Mid T3 crumble. Simon will glimpse on Cello, Mellow, Cello. Astral Remnant, Resonant Pulse. Hook will be on Void Spirit, ensuring Wyvern dies. Coil on one is DKMP, brings in upon by the Puck, and that will be a death to Puck and Pudge. He buys back. That is the last buyback of the Dire, I believe. Spear Arena combination on Sonic God, but again, Sonic God's quite tanky. Dismember to heal. Step in by DKMP will finish the job. Dissimulate damage, finish the kill on Sonic God. So it is 4 deaths on the retreat for Polaris. A little bit loose and dangerous with their diving past tier 4s to the fountain sort of periphery, but if you look at this Dire base, it's clear that everything's okay. Bottom lane, there are no longer racks. Top lane, there haven't been racks for a long time. Even mid lane, we're missing a rack, a barrack. So we're down 2.5 sets of racks. The GG has not been called. The game technically is not over yet, but for Polaris, I mean, if they really want to secure the game with no chance of losing, you wait for the third Roshan, then you go with 6 lives and a cheese. All City be forced to BKB to escape from DKMP, and Tian Yi off. Has arrived, but could not finish All City quite yet. The Spear from Tian Yi will knock him down to the trees, and turn DKMP gets the kill. So that is, again, one more kill for Boring Zone. Again, Polaris a bit loose and dangerous. Puck dead for 90 seconds. Not ideal. However, Roshan, the third Roshan of the game, cannot be alive quite yet, so I suppose it's not too bad. There is no big major Roshan-based objective to be grabbed. Instead, there are some agriculture-based objectives to be grabbed, some farming of the jungle and the lanes to be done. The Beast, not a man for farming, is ascending. His Invis gets speared. The Nimbus, the Thunder God's Wrath, and the right clicks will do it. The Beast goes down. Thought I had to sneeze for a second, but it's gonna be a-okay. Turned on my sound on the playback on accident, but it's okay. Dire, knowing again a core is dead, they want to punish. Roshan can be alive in 1 minute around when the beast spawns. But Dire want to get buildings before that. They at least got the middle tier 2. That is some unclaimed gold. Check out this graph. The net worth lead is beginning to shrink. It is still quite large, as is the XP lead, but notice, at one point, the Dota Plus proprietary AI was giving the Radiance team a 99% chance to win. It's now down at 95%. Sure, 95% very high, but you go from 1 in 100 to 1 in 20. A lot higher, technically. We still are going to see more aggressive plays made by both teams. Both teams have smoked on 3. Radiance, middle lane. Puck blinks in upon Tiani. Gets silenced by DKMP. Be forced to BKB on Puck. He'll now coil on 3. Whole City actually might just die here. Glimpse. That'll do it. Eventually, Whole City will die unless he can blink away somehow, but he cannot escape. Whole City dead. Whole City again has no buyback, which opens up potential for Dire to grab third Roshan. And look at it, responds so early. It's incredibly lucky. Simon escapes away. Hook on off, but off is quite tanky. Simon's now dead. But Sonic God is dismembering Bristleback. Arena onto Sonic God, the Beast. They're on the inside. Thunder God's Wrath for damage. The Beast dead. Sonic God dropping. Sonic God dead. The Curse on 4. Gets a counter kill on DKMP. That is a dieback. Levi will TP. Cello will possibly die. He appears to not be so lucky as Blink in 2. Is the Blink going to be cancelled? Up in 1. Blink away. Ants TP. Good juking in the trees via the Arctic Burn with Cello Mellow. However, We now have an option for plays for the Dire. They have two certainly viable plays. They have Roshan, and they have force buybacks at the high ground. They choose the bolder of the courses. And they're going to find out what we know. Radiant lack buybacks. Look at this buyback status. Night Stalker lacks the gold. Puck lacks the gold. Dire don't know that. But they know, potentially, forcing them out could be a win condition. Puck is alive in 13. Dire actually will not opt to completely ram it down the middle lane again, wary of potential buybacks. If Radiant buyback everyone and get the jump there, that will be key kills on Bristleback and Mars, and Dire know that Bristle lacks the goal for buyback, therefore they will not overextend knowing that. Which again means we return to a relatively neutral game state. That third Roshan has been alive for quite a long time, and we're coming towards the end of the possible respawn window anyway, so both teams should have their eyes upon that third Roshan. It is the Aegis, the Cheese, and the Refresher Shard, the spoils. There's a lot of cool stuff to be gained there. Aegis, of course, very viable. Cheese, very viable. The Shard this game, if Radiant grab it, maybe it goes to Puck. But it certainly could go to the Wyvern as well. Would make some sense in the Wyvern. Or even a hero like Pudge or Night Stalker for double BKB. Double Ascension for Night Stalker. Speaking of Ascension, it's been activated to hit Roshan. Dire will scout out with the Dundergod's Wrath. They know Roshan is being attempted, but at this point, it might just be too late. Tiani looks like a hero play. Arena on 2. Both him and Pudge will BKB. Roshan remains alive. At about 4/10 HP, the Beast will blink in and BKB hundreds of course, but they have Ghost Scepters now. Simon dead. Coil on 1. DKMP hits his coil, snapped by Pudge's hook. DKMP is dead, and again, with no buyback. Puck again hunts for Zeus. Spear on Pudge. It's a curse on 2. Again, a fantastic curse, but it's a fantastic status form as well. Patience, Cello, both dead. Again, Silence onto the Pudge. Whole city will again orb and jaunt through. Sonagod, the target of the ire of the Dire, will fall to all 4 heroes who were hunting him perhaps, but no, he remains alive again. He's life stealing through it all. December again on Bristleback. Bristleback will die. How could he possibly tank all of this? Triple kill for Whole City. Mars again has rejoined the fight, finally finishing the kill on Pudge. But at this point, it's too little, too late. It's a 5v2. Correction, a 5v1. Puck escapes off. The lone survivor is trying to escape. The Radiant have the vision. They're hunting. And Dire, they know they have lost. They call the GG. And Polar Ass take game 1. An absolutely fantastic 44-minute brawl. That's 2.15, correction, 2.16 kills per minute. That's a lot of kills. That's a lot of action. More than 2 kills per minute. Safely, even. That's 2 1/6 kills per minute. Wild game. Wild game indeed. Alright, so here's some stats. If you want to look at some stats at the scoreboard on your screen. I'm not going to scroll the rights. Got some more stats. Check out this graph. Green line. Probably the most indicative line you can have is this green line. We're Dire. We're strong with their strat. Blew their lead. Had a bit of a late game comeback, but alas, too little too late, they have lost. Player net worth, again. That pink line, very indicative of the state of the game. What can you do? On the flip side, it's Simon's line, that light blue line, which is incredibly sad. He is 6.3k net worth at minute 44. At minutes, he has not too far away from that, a 3.8K at minute 27. So what can you do? Looking at coin flip, Polar Ass will have choice of pick or side for game 2. Boring Zone won the coin flip game 1, chose second pick. Polar Ass chose Radiant, which means Polar Ass have their choice of pick or side this time. They again could run back Radiant, but I would expect them to grab that second pick in general. Of the 4 options, teams like second pick over anything else, both pro and amateur. I don't have the exact stats, but once again, I've been around the both pro and am lobbies for enough time to wait a minute. I'm actually wrong. Polar Ass are going to run back Radiance. So, Boring Zone will have choice of second pick. Okay, so we're running back both pick and side. Boring Zone again will have second pick, and Polar Ass again will have Radiance, which is a moderate surprise. Not what I expected. But sometimes you gotta expect the unexpected in amateur Dota, you know? Lobby settings are correct. I'm going to ask teams ready with a question mark. Hopefully we get... I've got 1 G. We need 1 more affirmative G in our chat. From Polar Ass. We're going to be delaying the the game 2 match starting for, in the kindest of terms, biological reasons. For the crudest of terms, taking a shit. But we're going to be here waiting regardless for the game 2 action. I am unable to press the blue button as the teams have not given me an affirmative G. Correction, 1 team's not giving me an affirmative G. I am going to grab some more water in between games, but because I have a blue button to press, I can't do it quite yet. Once the draft launches, I'm going to, I'll put it up right now. I'll put up this little, where is it? Is it this one? It's that one right there. I'll put it right there. And when we press the blue button for start game, I am going to grab some water, probably go to the bathroom, come on back in about 2 or 3 minutes. We'll probably be in the second ban phase when that happens, so I can go over the first ban phase and the first pick phase when the time comes, which should be fun. We are waiting for Shigo Enthusiast Whole City to return to the computer desk to play some Dota. That is what we are currently waiting for. Oh, we have done it. I'm going to put a little GLHF for everyone in the chat for I don't know, good manner reasons. Going to go press this little blue button right here. Thanks, Sonic God, but we're going to launch it up now for game number 2 of Polar Ass taking on Boring Zone. Let's see over here. Yep, my OBS already has the BRB bathroom water, and I am now going to turn that into the truth. I'll be returning in 2 minutes. I'll see you all soon.
Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
team pick.
Winter Wyvern.
Dire team pick.
Face the light!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Phoenix Assassin.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Pack!
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I am back for some more Dota 2 action. Yay, Dota 2. Hey, on our screen we got some heroes that have been picked and some heroes that have been banned. We'll start from the top. First phase bands: Marcy, Beastmaster, Visage, and Night Stalker. We saw the Beast of US East on Night Stalker last game. Apparently, Boring Zone are uninterested in seeing it again this game. 5-pick Winter Wyvern, 6-7 Dawnbreaker Nyx, 8-pick Puck. So once again, Polar Ass go for the exact same opener they did last game. They went for Wyvern at the Puck last game and say, you know what? It worked last game, let's run again this game. Boring Zone, for their part, grab Dawnbreaker, one of the best heroes in Dota, and Nyx, who is a hero who is very appropriately positioned to be an anti-meta hero. Especially into all three of the Radiance picks. Second phase bands: Kunkka, Ember Spirit, Dragon Knight, Alchemist, Sniper, Jug. 15-pick Doombringer. 16-17 Ancient Apparition, Chaos Knight. So I guess it will not be a blue strat this game either. But this A pick is interesting. Apparently, the idea behind it is to say, okay, we're going to Ice Blast the Dawnbreaker, ensure she's not sustainable enough by the heals in her kits, and hopefully win the game by doing that. Just ensure her team fight impact is so low that we can just burst her down and then really just burst through this bulk. But it is going to be easier said than done. I think we're going to need Chaos Knight to have a pretty good game to burst through that bulk, which I certainly see as a potential thing to happen. It could be Sonagod playing the CK in the safe lane carrier role, or it could be the Beast of US East playing the Chaos Knight in the offlane farming role. Both of them are noted Chaos Knight players, so it wouldn't be too far out of the ordinary to see either of the two head on in for some Chaos Knight associated action. Seems like Boring Zone are content to utilizing their reserve time on this 18 pick. And they will grab the Lina, which I am cautiously optimistic about. I think it's good into the AA, I think it's good into the Puck, I think it's good into the Wyvern to an extent. I am not a fan of Lina into Chaos Knight, but once again, you can't be good into everything. What matters the most this game is going to be the laning phase interaction, I'm sure, where DKMP will not be playing a Spirit hero this game. We'll be playing Lina, but I'm sure he's confident in his Lina versus Puck matchup. You play a hero like Lina who has such a high attack range into the Puck. You force Puck to skill phase shift early on, use it often. But even then, with that attack range, with Puck having a relatively low armor, you apply the pressure early on. You do your best to draw even on the runes. Obviously, Puck way better at rune control than Lina is, but Lina still wants runes just as badly as Puck does. So potentially, we could be seeing Doombringer rotate in for the 2-minute water rune, for the 4-minute water rune, and so on. Nyx, once again, another hero who can rotate quite well. We're seeing in the all chat, Off is saying, I already got a fun hero, which could mean it's a Dawnbreaker safe lane. It could be a Doom safe lane. Perhaps he's simply accepting that he's playing a boring hero for the Boring Zone this last game, but
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not quite sure what he intends to mean by this all chat, but I am reading into it nonetheless. We are here for the penultimate pick of the Game 2 draft. Wait a minute. What is that hero doing in my Dota game? That is a Troll Warlord, which, okay. Certainly Troll Warlord, one of the better man-fighting heroes in the game. Heroes like Lifestealer and Ursa are unbanned, and one of the greatest matchup into the Troll Warlord. But the thing is, Boring Zone went in an entirely different direction. Instead of going for like a man-fighting style of carry, or even like a stat-based carry, they go for Razor, who is an extraordinarily good anti-carry, which will then move the Doombringer to the safe lane, which is... Wait, what? Okay, so Doombringer safe lane, Razor off lane, Lina mid lane. This means that they're going to be relying on Lina to be the primary right-click core in this game. The Doom... He's going to have a bit of split magical damage and a lot of single target lockdown via the Doom and the Scorched Infernal Blade. That's the name of the ability. The Razor, I'm sure, will be here to... Wait a minute! Is that an offlane troll warlord? Wait a minute! What is going on with this draft? That is Sonagod playing the Chaos Knights, the Beast of US East playing the Troll Warlord. Wait, what is this? So, more surprises. It's not enough to have one surprise in this draft. We need two surprises, apparently. It will be Sonagod playing as Chaos Knight in the safe lane, but... Wow! I have never seen Troll offlane, I don't think. I have no idea what you're supposed to do with a... with a Troll Warlord offlane. That is... Okay. Okay, we have a Troll offlane. This is not what I expected, but okay. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of Boring Zone taking on Polar Ass. Polar Ass took game 1 in epic fashion in 44 minutes. Boring Zone, of course, want to avenge their game 1 loss, turn it into a 1-1 draw. We are coming up on the playoffs quite soon, so hopefully the teams are getting into gear, preparing for that time, for either playoff qualifications or a playoff run, even. I still don't know what a Troll offlane does, actually.
You're completely wrong, and I'm sure you know you're completely wrong.
Ask a wyvern why.
I'm looking at this hero, and it's not really an offlane hero. And it's not really a Beast of US East hero either, so
The battle begins.
it seems like the Beast has come to the same conclusions I have. Because, you know what, this is not a melee strength initiator. I don't want to play this hero anymore, I'm gonna disconnect. Runes ended up going, surprise, surprise, 2 runes to both team, the expected outcome. However, Tiani, for taking this rune in the river, could potentially be in a little bit of danger. Levi has skilled Cold Feet. Sonagod has Chaos Bolt. I think he's in range, too, of the Chaos Bolt stun. Nonetheless, Tiani just doesn't die here still. But if you can get, like, 400 damage on the Razor, that is quite nice. He has no salve, only tangos. Okay, we have returned to the game, and again, disconnected from the game, because that's, that's what happens sometimes. We get disconnections from our Dota game, because we get disconnections from our Dota game. It's a very circular logic, I know, but it's going to be, what we go with.
That was hot. The lesson for you is never try.
Nice.
Alright, again, there are G's in the chat. It is time to resume. I hope. Maybe. Yay! We did it! Dota 2! It's video game time! Static Link on Sonagod to force him away. Patience actually runs a Sonagod. That's a full duration Static Link, nearly. That's a lot of damage stolen, and a lot of damage dealt as well. Sonagod. Big loser of that trade in the river. And that is going to be a very important lane for the state of the game, is this Razor versus... This Razor versus Chaos Knight matchup.
It's an online video game with real people. You can't just pause it.
We have had a third disconnection of the game, I believe the fourth of the evening, for the Beast of US East, and apparently his internet connection not on the level of his Dota play, unfortunately. Dota play, all the way up here, internet's all the way down there. You can't see my hand, but you can imagine. Hand up there, hand below that. You know, it's just understandable at this point. Hopefully he returns and there's no problems. All is good to go for some Dota 2 adventures with Polaras and the Boring Zone. We are getting a little bit punchy. A lot of laughing lines have been put in the chat by the teams. The all chat is full of lines insisting that it's an online video game that cannot be paused. It has real people, which oxymoronically is occurring during a pause, but I suppose that's part of the humor. And for those who are wondering, by the way, if you want a history lesson on that line, that wildcard line of it's an online video game with real people, you can't just pause it, that is Griff, who is Wildcard's owner's son. He is the one who said it. Fun fact, the royalties from the voice line are being put into his college fund, so it's all good, all the money's taken care of. And him making a meme in the year 2022 will eventually pay dividends for him in the year like 2035 or something. So, you know, we're talking long-term thinking here from this situation. And then the R2 lines from Wildcard are both from my main man, Neff Sensei. Big fan of Neff. Perfect World caster for the CN caster for BTS Pro Series, former NA DPC caster, enthusiast of Pokemon and board games. Big fan of Neff. And that is your Wildcard voice lines right there, because I am privy to this information. And I've got nothing better to do because we've paused like 6 times now, so I'm running out of things to say about the Dota game. So hopefully, all is well in that sense. Hopefully, the Beast of US East can return, and we can return. At this point, they're exhausting my throat and my patience. No pun intended. I come from the main seminal influence on me as a caster is a guy called Trizin, who comes from a professional radio backgrounds, and he went to school for this. He's worked at NPR. He's worked at private radio stations. He has a lot of radio experience. So he came to me with all these not only radio terms but also radio attitudes. And one is a concept called dead air, where you want to limit the amount of time when you're not talking. And obviously, when you're doing it alone, inevitably you have to breathe, you have to drink water or something, so you can't be perfect, but you still have to minimize the amount of time that there's nothing being said. Obviously, like a 1 or 2 second pause is fine, but you don't want to go 5, 10, God forbid, 15 seconds not talking. This is not what you want. So my job here is to limit the dead air, which of course during a pause time when there's very little visual stimuli going on is a moderate challenge, but I am up to the task. I am not the sort of individual who will cut away to a screen saying "we'll be back soon," blasting techno music. No, I brave the I am the captain. I go down with the ship, and if the ship is going down, I too will not. I will not raise the white flag. I will continue to say words into a microphone. no matter how stupid I sounds. But we are... Thank the Lord, we are back for some more Dota 2. Top lane, the action has already begun. Both cores take some damage. I'm interested to see what happens between this Troll Warlord and this Doombringer. It's a lane you see sometimes with the safe lane Troll and an off lane Doom, but it's not what we have today. It's the off lane Troll and the safe lane Doom, so it's a little bit different, but still. Patience is playing the lane quite well right now in the Dawnbreaker. I suppose Dawnbreaker's here who is hero you want in this lane. Bottom lane, we may see First Blood. Cold Feet stuns Simon. Simon will go down. First Blood goes to Sonagod. Polar Ass's very own Sonagod and the Chaos Knight carry. Middle lane is Lina versus Puck. One would expect Lina to do well in the lane, and so far Lina has done well in the lane. Look at the CS. Lina, 9 for 3. Puck, 2 for 1. So certainly DKMP in the lead. And, you know, if you're DKMP, you hear these prognosticators like myself saying, oh, DKMP can only play the Spirit heroes. Void Spirit, Ember Spirit, and Storm Spirit. 3-hero putter, LMAO. So you know what? Mr. Caster, analyst guy, you think you're so cool. I'll play a 4th hero. And so far, he's playing it very well. So, good for him. Other than that, CS-wise, it's about as you'd expect. The two side lanes very even between the off-laner and the safe lane. But top lane, that's a big breakthrough. Trello and the Beast of US East run down off. Both rolling axes were activated by the Troll Warlord, and that is a big kill in the Doombringer. Luckily for Doom, Devour was on cooldown, so he's not missing out on too much gold. And he actually is going to hunt for a neutral creep, it appears, looking for an aura or an active or something. He has not used Devour on a lane creep. Now he's going to go for the small camp. I believe we get this Troll Priest here, and you look at the Troll Priest. That is a heal amplification aura. It's not only bottom lane from Tiani, but it's not like it runs away. So you'll engage in bold play. The Chaos Bolt stun, but Tiani is a bit too tanky. Actually turn on Levi, and Levi's probably going to die here. One more hit will do it. Fair Fire pop the delay. If the Plasma Field will do the job. Impale as well to secure the kill. Tiani and the Razor kills the Ancient Apparition of Levi. Back to this this Doom. Oh my lord. But we are looking at the Doom ability. So we have this heal. Now historically, the Troll Hill Priest creep would give a small heal for very little mana. I believe it was like 15 healing for 10 mana, something similar like that. So it wasn't that easy to heal up rapidly. It's a very slow heal. But not the greatest cast time. Now, the heal is higher mana cost at 60, but it gives 100 HP, so it's a much better heal. Even though it's got the higher cooldown, higher mana cost, you actually can get a heal in an efficient manner, rather than you just stand there and you wave your arms around for like 2 HP at a time. No, you actually get 100 HP now. You used to get a mana regen aura on this creep. They moved the mana regen aura to the blue satyr. If I can find one, I'll show it on the screen, but... Okay, I can't find a blue satyr, so you have to trust me on this one. The blue satyr is the one who has the mana aura now. Instead, he has a heal amplification aura, which further makes this heal more valuable. Either way. We are chilling right now. I'm sure Off will get another creep at some point. He's being run at by the Beast of US East. But he will not die. He will survive. Middle lane again, DKMP. Remains in the driver's seat. He is 24. Ooh, Simon. Big rotation. Impale. Whole city's low. Carapace activated, but not even needed. Whole city's dead. Big kill for Simon. And that will mean DKMP gets both minute 4 water runes. Bottom lane, Radiant will capitalize, looking for a kill on Tiani, but they can't finish the kill. But despite Simon rotating in, finding a kill, securing a water rune, Radiant couldn't capitalize and find a counter kill on the Razor. So that's just... If you are a boring zone fan, you have to be smiling right now. Like, yes, this is good. However, it is a Chaos Bolt bottom lane on Ancient Apparition. Sorry, on the Razor, I should say. Chilling Touch was used, but Tiani will survive. And now Positive hits Levi. Levi might just die here. He's very low. He'll Cold Feet the Nyx. Carapace will do a little bit of damage, but now Simon stunned by the Cold Feet stun. Everybody walks away. Salves are popped by Levi. And the fighting will conclude with no casualties. Back to top lane, it is a kill attempt on Patience. Patience has that Celestial Hammer to escape a short distance. It's a pretty short cooldown, so it's not a big deal that it is on cooldown. He'll turn in with that Star Breaker stun. But again, very low cooldown ability. Beast and Off are both low, and again, Off will perish first, it appears. Yes, he will. The Patience wants a counter kill. Actually lacks the mana for spells. Wand up in 2. Wand available. Hammer. Will it hit? No, it doesn't. Patience still hunting. Stick from the Beast. He's man fighting. Patience low. The Beast wins the man fights and kills a courier as well. 2 kills for the Beast of US East and Chelomelo in the top lane. What a fantastic trade for them over there. And again,
Dire's middle tower is under
other than mid lane, it's not looking too great right now for the side of the Radiant. These side lanes, both of them are not going that well, but the mid lane is still fantastic. DKMP, 42-10. Puck, a full city, 23-2. Both the side lanes, the trades are being won, the kills are being secured. The CS is fine. The Troll is slightly behind, but is passively behind. CK is ahead, though only by a slight margin as well. So both offlaners in a relatively fine spot, as are both safe laners. Chaos Bolts on Razor. The Razor walks away from the stun, but there's no stun.
Was not wise.
Back to top lane, Patience is hunting, but will not kill quite yet. The Beast is quite low, but has acquired Raindrops and Tangos, so perhaps he wants to play some Dota 2
Radiant's
in the near future.
tower is under attack.
Hammer in, but the pass-through will not affect the Troll Warlord for extra damage. Middle lane, DKMP gets a little bit frisky on a bit of a wraparound dive for Whole City. But Whole City will orb and jaunt away again. In comes Simon on the rotation. I don't think Whole City knows he's there. Puck is incredibly low. He'll orb. He'll jaunt. And he will run all the way to the fountain, but it is better than dying. Surprisingly, Whole City not opting for a point in the phase shift. I figured this game would be a given. That he will get at least skill 1 point in the phase shift, but he did not opt for it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Once again, if you time it perfectly, you can dodge the Luna Blade. Easy to dodge LSA or the right clicks as well, so a lot of value from the phase shift point this game. Bottom lane's a kill attempt on Tian Yi. Tian Yi is low, but he has teammates on the way. It's Simon and DKMP on the rendezvous. Top lane is fighting going on as well. Off is low. Off will get run down, perhaps. The Doom is there on Troll War. The bottom lane, Tian Yi dead. Top lane, Off actually kills the Beast USC. Back to bottom lane again. Pitch from DKMP. Finds a kill on Levi. The 100% Sonic God. LSA will miss. Sonic God is just caught in the trees. The Phantasm looking to fight. It's 2 CKs versus 1 Lina and 1 Nyx. The illusion is dead, but Sonic God has juked out the Lina and the Nyx in the trees. So across the map, that is a 2-for-1 in favor of the side of the Dire. However, it did cost the rotation of the Lina to do so, which means that Whole City can get some space to farm in the middle lane. And again, the fighting... Ooh, good Impale Dodge and Sonic God, but Simon does not get rifted in there. Instead, it's top lane where perhaps the fighting may continue. Hammer in. Curse used on a solo Patience. We are seeing stacks accumulate for the Beast with that Fervor. So Patience will get right-clicked down by the Beast of US East. And now, Well, off will leave for the jungle. Perhaps he will hit the small camp for a little while until the Dawnbreaker returns. Middle lane again, it's Simon on the rotation. Radiance, again, don't have eyes on Nyx Assassin. We are not seeing an attempt bottom on Razor yet. Maybe I think Nyx is over here in the trees area, but he is actually middle lane in these trees. However, Puck's life will be spared for the time being. Lina has rotated towards the track camp to hit a troll summoner camp. Back to bottom lane, Phantasm into Chaos Bolt into Cold Feet will attempt for the kill on Patience. And it will succeed, but Tiani will find vengeance, killing off the Chaos Knight, and perhaps will kill down Levi as well. Ice Storm is active. Ice Blast will hit Tiani, but it will not stop a second kill for the Razor. Over to middle lane, it's Whole City and DKMP. In a bit of a do-see-do, Cello's there as well, but DKMP is hunting. Orb through, misses. Whole City jaunts. Rift up in one. The Puck is dead! DKMP! And over to top lane as well, it's the Beast diving for on a 1v2. Has Battle Trance, will have to use it right now to turn around and kill Simon perhaps. But in comes Patience with the stun. Simon alive, the Beast. His Battle Trance will end. He kills Simon before he dies. But it is still a loss of the life of the Troll Warlord everywhere you look again. It's action. Bottom lane action. Middle lane action. Top lane action. Everyone getting involved. There's so much action, I forgot to turn on the hero net worth chart. If you're curious, it is Lina on top, 5.5k net worth unit 11. Doom, Troll, Razor, CK, Puck. All various degrees of behind. Puck, the middle lane opponent of the Lina, currently the furthest behind of the core. Certainly a bit unfortunate there, but what can you do? Mid lane, Impale. Let's say, off the mark. 3-man coil from Whole City to bring down Simon. In comes Cello, has Curse up, use it only onto the Lina. The Lina will survive for the time being. Ice Blast is on the way. Laguna brings down Cello Mello, but the Ice Blast in turn is there on DKMP. Whole City jumps in, has the Rift, and brings down DKMP by the Ice Blast shattering. Patience. Still there middle lane, but at this point the Puck will walk away. Overall, it was a 2-for-1 trade in the middle lane. Yeah, 2-for-1 trade in the middle lane in favor of the side of the Radiance. Notably, the #1 net worth Lina fell in the team fight, so a very crucial kill to obtain there. That's a 700 gold swing in favor of Polar Ass from that team fight win. Right now, Dire are up by 3k gold. And that lead is coming from two sources, one real and one fake. The real source of net worth lead is the Lina over the Puck. That's the real net worth lead. But there's also a fake net worth component, and that is Doom via the Devour and the Midas. That's fake GPM right there. Over the top lane, Battle Trance from the Beast. Splinter Blast will miss. Doom hits on Troll, but at this point the Doom has no way out but death. Over to the Radiant side jungle, it's Whole City, Son of God, and Levi hunting for kills. But Simon is in with Vendetta under Radiant Sentry Ward, Coil, Ice Blast. Ice Blast actually misses. In comes Patience to heal Nyx Assassin, and actually, it's Whole City in danger. He's simply dead. Static Link on Son of God, he'll run to the tier 2 tower bottom lane. Tiani wants to die, but cannot finish the kill. Armless gives him too much HP, and now Sonic actually wants to turn in. Rift in, but no, he just dies! The Patience! Armor toggle not on point. Curse onto DKMP kills his teammate Tiani for Cello Mello, but again, that continue to die. Patience, he's dove in too deep. He's going to die here again. A double kill for Cello Mello. And the way this game's turning out is
Not wise.
it's quite interesting, actually. Big winner of the team fight, by the way, Cello Mello's Wyvern.
Radiant's bottom
Cello,
tower is under
I mean, if you look at his hero net worth chart, Cello is 7th in net worth. He's actually quite close to his mid lane Puck in his safe lane CK. One more fight like that, and Wyvern will be 5th in net worth ahead of 2 of his cores. Which is absolutely hilarious in my opinion, but these things happen sometimes. Smoke up by Radiant, finds off, Chaos Bolt, Ice Blast, Phantasm, all used, but also remains half HP. And off will walk away. So that is a moderate commitment from the side of the Radiance to all he's expended. And no kill on Doom. Instead, the kill will be perhaps in the river area. Coil on Lina, LSA dodged by phase shift, so no kill anywhere actually. But the kill may instead be a tower dying in that top lane. It is Troll and CK bashing away at the structure, the foundation of the T1. It will fall, unsurprisingly.
Radiant structure.
However, it will be a trade, perhaps. Tiani wants to, in turn, kill the Radiant safe lane T1 tower, but Radiant have something to say about it. Static Link on Troll, in comes Whole City, has no coil. Battle Trance from the Beast, looking to stand his ground and fight, and again, Tiani is simply going to die. He's not tanky enough to fight in that 1v2 under that tower like that. And that not only means this T1 survives, but it means that the Razor is dead, giving a nice gold. However, Dire will still get one tower kill, being the middle T1 tower, by a DKMP. So it is something, at least, for the side of Bullring Zone. So both teams have killed one tower. Dire, the mid tower, Radiant, the top tower.
Was most welcome.
And I'm sure in the near future, Radiant will look for the mid tower, and Dire, of course, will look for that bottom tower as well. Again, Dire already committed 3 heroes towards this bottom lane. They have a minute 15 siege unit right here to finish the job. And Radiant, for their part, are not defending, or at least are not defending yet. They're now rotating through their jungle on a bit of a slow sweep. But Simon is here to scout things out. Looking at Radiant's detection, they do not see Nyx.
Bottom tower is under attack.
It seems like Nyx will be fine. We'll see Levi. Vendetta available. Impale used, but A is a bit too tanky for the time being. Captain Field will finish the job, and down goes Levi. Over the Whole City. Patience will Starbreaker stun. Actually, he didn't dodge with the phase shift. Now Whole City. Nice stun. No phase shift and get away this time. As all that happened, the T1 tower went down to the siege units. Surprise, surprise. However, there is an attempt from Off and DKMP to run at Sonagod. Phantasm remains on cooldown. Doom was used, but was fogged. Now the Doom's still not used. Off again being juked out. Doom, perhaps not even needed. Scorched Earth still activated. Sonagod's juking the to Chaos Bolt, but DKMP has the Luna finish up the job there, killing Chaos Knights. Radiant now rotate in, but perhaps it's too little too late. Whole City wants to engage, has the coil, but DKMP has a BKB. Radiance need to mind the lean with a BKB at this stage of the game, and understandably recognizing the power of this lean with BKB, they will back off accordingly. As it stands, Dire certainly in the lead. Not as big of a lead as you would expect via a 6k net worth lead. Nyx is dead, by the way, but not as big of a lead as you'd expect with a 6k net worth lead, but still a sizable lead nonetheless. It's probably closer to about a 4k or 3k net worth lead, feelings-wise, than a 6k net worth lead, but even then, a 4k lead at minute 17 is quite substantial. That is for sure. It seems like the Beast of US East seems to put the responsibility of carrying this game on his back. He's buying carry items. He's going for a Maelstrom and for a BKB. Tiani sees him, but again, no death there on Troll. I was in my head theorizing some idea of like Aghanims plus Shard on Troll just to play the offlane role, maybe the Blink Dagger on top, but instead Troll Warlord will opt for the more standard carry build on the Troll. Meaning that the sort of like jump in initiation responsibilities will be on this Puck, who's buying a Blink Dagger, and on CK, who's also buying a Blink Dagger and a BKB, so luckily Polar Ass will have plenty of that jump in ability to work with. Bottom lane, Dire see the Puck. Puck will jaunt towards Simon. Tiani will link Levi. Levi certainly is going to die eventually. One more hit will do the job. In comes Patience. Solar Guardians for Whole City, but not even needed. The Vendetta, the Impale, and Laguna Blade more than enough damage to bring down the Puck. But I suppose better safe than sorry with the hero, a slippery-ass Puck. That is 2 kills, 1 4 kill on Puck, 1 support kill on Ancient Apparition, and Dire will parlay that 2 kill string into a tier 2 kill. Tier 2 bot will die. They'll then run on up for a take of the Radiant side outpost. So now Dire have their options. They can again go for ganks. They can play the Roshan pit. They can play a Radiant side tri-camp. They have a lot of options movement-wise. And I think if they execute on any of those plans, it certainly could work. The farm play certainly is the most conservative one, but given their state of the map, the farm play has merit. I would like a play towards the Radiant side. Tri-camp, take over this area, control the map for Roshan, but instead, it's the Beast US East and Patience in Sunlight engaging for Patience. Patience dies in the Dawnbreaker. So good initiation there with the Shroll and the CK, just to bring down the support Dawnbreaker. Suppose it's not as high a value of a kill given Dawnbreaker has Soul Guardian on cooldown, but still. Nice kill to get nonetheless. Dire begin their movements towards the top lane. Doombringer and Nyx Assassin are there, though only the former is showing. Radiant play the Tri-camp as 3. They could smoke as 5 soon if they want. Dust used, finding Simon on Nyx. Rowdy Rift is already been used. We see a coil as well on Tiani. Tiani will BKB and snap the coil. Not quite sure if he needed to BKB, but it is the safe play to use it and walk away rather than risk the team fights in that effectively 5v1. But Radiance, forcing out a BKB and getting a kill, head right on in for the first Roshan of the game. Smart decision, but Dire will have to contest it, actually. Troll is low, but not quite dead yet. The Battlecast Curse is used on Doom and Razor. Sonigod has lost his damage. Doom low, he'll BKB, but he died anyway. Solar Guardian arrives, bring down Beast of US East, but in comes on again. Engaging for DKMP. DKMP's low, but he's still man fighting. LSA kills CK. Whole city. No, he's just dead. He couldn't jaunt away in time, and now Tiani will bat a cold peep, but Levi died for that play. It's an ultra kill for DKMP. Chelamel, the lone survivor, will escape with a blink dagger on the Winter Wyvern, but big fight win for the side of Boring Zone, and they can easily finish the Roshan. It's only 1/4 HP, and that will be the Aegis going to DKMP on the Lina. That is one nice pickup to obtain, that is for sure. Lina, a very good Aegis carrier, of course, and given she's #1 net worth in a game where there's a Doom with a Midas, that just shows how farmed DKMP is. That is, dare I say, a gigantic amount of farm. A titanic amount of farm. An Olympic amount of farm. It's, look at this man. He's just, he is truly a man who is cultivating agriculture. That's my thoughts. Again, it's Simon, Invis, in Radiant Jungle. Vendetta hits, Impale misses, Dagon on point, and Levi will Ice Blast on too, but well, there's no way out but death. Or there might be Vengeance, Coil on 2, Nyx low, and we are going to see a disconnection and a pause. I believe at this point it's going to be very hard for Dire to turn around this team fight, but they're going to try nonetheless. The Nyx is certainly dead. There's no way out for Nyx Assassin. Dawnbreaker again is under Ice Blast. There too is no way out. However, the cores are on the way. The Doom has Blink, BKB, and Doom available. That's Alina TPing in right now. Will be arriving in 4.1 seconds. The Razors are walking. We'll be there in about, I don't know, 12 seconds or so. The question is, do Dire abort this save attempt and back off, or do they continue to go? They'll continue to go. Venus continues to TP. Off blinks in. The Doom gets dodged by Phase Shift. Doom's out there. Out Puff the Beast has tranced for off. The Beast is low. He's losing damage to Tiani. Curse on 2, but off. Glutamine alive. Tiani, BKB's running at Shello Mellow. Shello will attempt the Arctic Burn. And he actually will get away, blinking into the trees. DKMP still pursues by the Shadow Blade. One hit, Laguna Blade will do it. Correction, Laguna Blade and the Dragon Blade will do it. But the result the same. One more kill for DKMP, who is currently 11-1-3 on the Lina right now. I'm sure Dire won that fight, right? Yeah, they won that fight. They traded 3 for 2. The core's certainly turning around at the end there. Middle lane, it's again Whole City in a bit of danger. DKMP is hunting. Silver Edge active has ended, however, meaning that Whole City can orb and jaunt and rift away from the Dire side heroes. He again shows his face. But the Dire Can't really kill him yet. Phoenix was not in range to use spells, therefore Puck was not in range of danger. So, sweet victory there for Whole City. Looking over at the graph, if you're an enthusiast of graphs, Dota Plus currently places the chance of Dire winning at 72%, so once again a bit over 2/3 right now. It's about 5/7, I believe, but a bit over that now, actually getting close to 3/4. Certainly decent odds. It seems like if Dire play the way they have been playing, they will win this game, but one bad team fight could mean the difference. There's always room to throw in Dota. DKMP has the Aegis for a shade under 2 more minutes. Again, we'll likely look with the Silver Edge for more hunting for kills. Radiant, for their part, have dodged quite nicely. Lina. Whole City finds a Doombringer. Well, Phase Shift and Blink. Beast of US East arrives, but off will walk away. Seems like the Beast is going for... He's bought the BKB. Going into a Blink Dagger next. Interesting stuff, but I suppose it is Troll offlane. There's not really a defined build, I guess, for this hero in the offlane that's that popular, so... the Beast is here to be a trailblazer with his build right now. The Dire. Little group is 5. In the Radiant side jungle, the ward has been placed by Patience. Radiant sees Simon. He pops the coil immediately. Ice Blast hits, but Simon remains at half HP. Off blinks in. Curse used on 2, but it will not bring the Doom into it. He's BKB. Levi's already at DKMP is just so massive. There's a Doom on Troll, and Troll's life certainly is forfeit. 2 more kills for DKMP as Cello being a run at. Correction, it's Whole City being a run at. Both will escape. However, it's Simon getting stunned under a Sentry Ward by Sonagod. At least 1 kill for the side of Polar Ass, but there's another 2 for 1 in favor of the side of Boring Zone. Whole City, ooh, Whole City, what are you doing, friendo? He's in danger, actually. He's gonna be a little bit careful with the way he's playing right now, but he will be a Puck, therefore he will survive. Aegis has expired on Lina. But perhaps it is time to begin to back it on off away from the Radiant's side of the map, or at least that close to the towers. They may return to their ward coverage. However, Radiant have a sentry on the floor. They are going to kill this Dire side observer ward. So at least Radiant have regained some control of their jungle. And they're not going to sit back and play it slow. They're going to play it fast. It's a Smoke is 5. High risk, high reward. They check Roshan. Roshan's nowhere close to being alive quite yet, but who is alive is Tianyi on the Razor. Sonagod will hunt, but the BKB will ensure Chaos Bolt will not stun. It is a relatively low duration BKB, but at this point Tianyi has gotten away, so Radiance will not get any kills. And they actually will not place any wards either. I'm not seeing any wards placed. Middle lane, Whole City plays around with his food, if you can call it that. Forces out a Solar Guardian, but I mean he's fine. Everyone's fine. Top lane, we're seeing a Vendetta scouting out the troll, but instead into the jungle, is Sonagod being static linked by Tianyi. CK has and will BKB. Phantasm has been used. However, Radiance saw Alina. Alina and Ibis escaped back over to Sonagod. Sonagod is low. We're seeing actually Simon go on the troll war. Top lane is all back to Sonagod. Sonagod again is low in the pit, no die in the pit. Now back to TKMP. He again is hunting, but again is just playing around. They cannot lock down DKMP. So it's Sonagod dead, DKMP alive, the Beast also alive. Simon could not solo kill the Troll Warlord. So across the map it is 1 death on the Chaos Knights. And that is going to be, again, back to our favorite stage of the game, hitting of the creeps.
Radiant is
Of course, both teams have Roshan on their mind. It cannot be alive yet for another minute, but eventually they're going to walk on in, find that Roshan's alive. They'll probably kill Roshan when the time comes, and that will be an important objective for both teams. Dire getting that.
Is under attack.
So, whole city dies. Lina nearly solo kills him. Instead, he dies to a neutral creep. Top lane, Chaos Bolt on Patience, Curse on 2 as well, so Cold Feet will stun the Dawn Breaker. Chillinella might die, but Radiant actually are losing this fight right now. Wait a minute, Patience turns it around, Beast Battle Trance, but again, it's a Doom onto the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight, he cannot fight, he is going to die, as will the Troll on the north side as well, as 3 deaths again on the Radiant side, and the lone survivor gets crit down by the DKMP Silver Edge. Again, a full 5-man wipe. The Dire only kill 4, the neutrals kill 1, but again, we all chat, but again, another good team fight for the side of the Boring Zone. They kill the top T1 tower and will immediately parlay that one into a tier 2 tower, and they're not done yet. They're going to go for a tier 3 tower. They can't stay for too long. Puck has coil. Radiant will glyph, and Dire will back off. Oh, look! Roshan's spawn is so early! That is a very early Roshan respawn, which means if Dire poke their heads into the Roshan pit, they'll say, hey, guess who's alive? It's our good old buddy, old pal Roshan, who is about to die for the 5th time in series, it appears, because, I mean, once again, 3 deaths in the first game. It will be the second death of the second game for 5 deaths total, so bit of a rough outing for Roshan, but what can you do? Radiant Smoke is 5, they know it's time to make some big plays. Tiani, just TP's away in time. Good TP from Tiani. Simon breaks the smoke, and he will get absolutely annihilated for breaking the smoke. There was a Radiant Sentry to catch him in the Mineta right over here, so easy kill for the Radiants, but again, they want more than a Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin is being a bothersome hero, but he's not the problem. The problem, of course, is Lina, first off. Even the other cores are the major problems this game, so you smoke as 5 and you don't get a core, it's never ideal. But if they can get Roshan, that's quite big. You Radiant Scout it. They instead go for the Doom mid lane. Doom is BKB, will activate it. The Beast hunts for a root, but will not get it. Everybody BKBs. Solar Guardian arrives to stun there onto the Troll Warlord. Troll certainly will die, and there's a Doom on the CK as well. CK is low, will tick down here, I believe. Finally got dead. Now it's Radiant on the run. Whole City is trying to go through the backlands, but again, Whole City cannot kill anybody. Levi Bastiani, Whole City is forced to orb and jaunt away. And he will get away from the next assassin he wanted to impale him after he jumped into the orb, but still, the trade is apparent. Correction, it's not a trade. Dire got 3 kills, Radiant got nothing, and now Radiant will also lose Roshan, so I wouldn't call it a trade, it's more of a bargain. More of a robbery, actually. Oh, they found Whole City again in the trees! They have the ward to scout Whole City. They know he's over there, and Whole City, barely escapes. Good escape by Whole City. But now Dire, knowing Whole City is not playing in this area of the map, can walk into the Roshan pit, the big objective, the all-important second Roshan of the game. Aegis and the Shard are to be claimed. Aegis and Shard. Where do they go? Aegis to DKMP Shard. Shard, where's it going? It's on the Doom right now. It's being passed to the Razor. So we are going to see the classic, like, 2014 era Razor passive, the Storm Surge, returning, kind of. It's a little bit different than the old passive, but it's more or less people use spells on you, and then they get hit for damage in a slow, which is the back in the day Razor passive before the modern one. Bottom lane, Impale, Solar Guardian. Yep, that is a dead puck. And a tip. 2 tips. Now the puck is dead. There are 2 possible plays Dire can make, both going in the same direction. 1 is force out Puck's buyback. 2 Puck doesn't buy back, and you go for barracks. So, mid T2 is dead, and Radiant on this polar ass side are out of outer towers to work with. Dire have a wave coming on in both middle and bottom wave. DKMP will go bottom, has 2 lives, BKB, and Assault Cuirass, so plenty of tools to work with. Even the Lotus Orb as well placed on him by Patience. Again, Tiani will link the BCUS East to BKB. This is the only way to control Warlord, buying time for the barracks to be sieged. He is a distraction. Range rack's dead. Melee to fall as well. It's a full set of barracks taken. And again, another major objective grabbed. The mid T3 will not be gone upon quite yet, but at this stage of the game, it is most certainly Boring Zone's game to lose. Hex, Unancient Apparition, and he gets demolished. Link in, BKB, Battle Trance, Pickle Simon, but it's a Doom on Troll Ward as a return. Yan Yi low, but the beast is dead, as is Whole City. Everybody buys back on the Radiant side. It's a curse on 2, but Dire again are fighting. Levi, dieback, stun on Lena. Lena will lose her Edith, but Dire are still standing their ground. Tiani dead. Put a stun on Sonic God. Sonic God will die over here. And that will mean it's 2 heroes dead without buyback. It's a 3v4 defense. And it will be without Coil, without Curse, and without Battle Trance. Simon gets gone upon. He will Vendetta. Is there detection? Just in range from Sentry Ward. Apparently just in range is good enough to bring down Nyx, so now it's a 3v3. And Dire are beginning to split a little bit. DKMP, Hexes, and Lagunas the puck. But a clutch cold embrace to save the life of the whole city. Back to the BC East, he'll dive off in Patience. Back to the whole city. He's fine this time. It is one more core death on the side of the Radiant. It's a dieback on the Troll Warlord, so it will mean there will be a 50-second window of Troll being dead with no buyback and Dire being alive on 5 if they want to capitalize. DKMP again is massive. He is very strong. He is ready to play some more Dota. But with Chaos Knight and the Ancient Apparition respawning, it will be time for the side of the Dire to back on away from the Radiant side base. Claim their spoils of 3 buybacks, forced out, a T3 injured, a T3 killed, an entire set of barracks demolished. Which is pretty good, actually. I think they could have gotten more, but you know what? You can't be that upset with what the Boring Zone got. Bottom lane, it's DKMP on the hunt, Silver Edge and Hex. He'll pop the Lincolns in again. Use Laguna Blade to pop a Lincoln Sphere. You don't see it that often, but the right play from DKMP, just to ensure the puck is locked down and dead. And, well, usually you're a puck with Lincoln Sphere, you just survive, but this game, not so lucky. You would need a very fast reaction on the puck, looking at an off angle to survive there. Apparently the reaction's not on point tonight for Whole City. What can you do? And again, Dire are going to return again to this Radiant side base. It's DKMP with 13 billion net worth. Here to break some barracks and their associated buildings. The Beast of US East has disconnected again from the Dota game, which is not a new occurrence, but a sad one nonetheless. It is certainly plausible that the internet issues that the Beast of US East was having tonight impacted him and his team's performance in Game 2. Certainly plausible. However, even if the comms are a little bit clearer, I'm not sure if a little bit enough to defeat the Boring Zone this game. The Boring Zone played a very clean game. The only thing that really went wrong was a little bit of laning performance in the side lanes. The side lane performance was not ideal, but it was good enough. It was passable side lane lanes. It was a mid lane that was demolished. Once again, DKMP had a fantastic night. DKMP absolutely demolished in game 1, even though they lost. I think DKMP played well in game 1, and then game 2, DKMP without a doubt the MVP. Game 1, I'd probably give the MVP a Chelamel on the Wyvern. But game 2, definitely. You can argue the Beast of US East as well. Beast of US East had very good target prioritization in game 1 with the BKB Night Stalker, but game 1, I give it to the Wyvern to Chelamelo. Game 2, no doubt, Lina, DKMP, MVP, no doubt in my mind. It's an absolute clinic being put on by DKMP. With it all chatting going on, but oh, okay, that's good from Patience. That's classic, but seems like everybody's in relatively good spirits, I guess. I wouldn't be too shocked that at some point Radiant just resume without their Troll Warlord and just call GG. I don't think they know they're down 40k. I think if they knew they were down 40k, they might have just called GG at this point. I mean, they are down more than 1k per minute. Technically, the 40k net worth is a little bit fake, but it's not that fake. If we were to, like, say, take the fake 40k and turn it into a real net worth lead, it'd be like 31k. And a real 31k net worth lead is still a lot. Even though it's not as gigantic as the 40k, it's still an overwhelmingly massive lead right now. No amount of Doom Devour and Doom Midas can give you a 40k net worth lead in its own, so yeah. We are chilling. We are paused again. We are waiting for the Beast of US East to return to the lobby. But barring a miracle, the Boring Zone will win this game, and the result of the series will be 1-1. It will be a draw between Polar Ass and the Boring Zone. So the Boring Zone had a bit of an unfortunate game 1 loss, but at least they've avenged their loss of a dominant performance in game 2, and apparently we're just going to resume. Okay, there were no G's in the chat, but you know what? It's going to be fine. We are back. I am sure Whole City is microing the Troll Warlord right now, for what that's worth. And Sonic God just dies. Okay, never mind, he's crit down to death. That's a curse on only 2. DKMP was BKB'd, and then will be a death on the Troll Warlord as well. So it's 3 colors dead, all of them donut buyback, and well, there's your GG. And there's your results. 20 seconds after the pause, the GG comes out. It will be a 1-1 draw between Polar Ass and the Boring Zone. Game 2, certainly not the spectacle that Game 1 was, but still a good series nonetheless. Happy I was here to cast that one. Yeah. Here's some stat screens. If you want to see some stat screens, here's some numbers. Look at that 21, 1, and 6. It's pretty cool. Look at those GPM numbers. 816 on the puck. Nobody in the 500s on the Radiance. Notably Sonic God at 398, which is certainly not what you want to see on Chaos Night. But what can you do again? Here's some more stats. Here's some graphs. Green line indicates Radiant were in a good spot according to Valve's proprietary AI for a while, but eventually Boring Zone just got too far ahead. Lina, too big, too hard, too fast to fail. Eventually just too monstrous to be answered in the slightest, so yeah, good win there. It wasn't just, if you do this graph as well, it wasn't just the Lina who was farmed. Sure, the Lina was farmed, but the Doom, also with his gold accelerants, very farmed. Even then, the Razor was not under-farmed either. So Razor was neck and neck for most of the game with the Troll and the CK. So you look at like one competitive core, one gold boosted overwhelming core, and another just straight up organic overwhelming core. And it's just hard to fight down that much. So it's not too shocking what happened, I suppose, but it's a good 1-to-1. We are going to wrap it on up. We are going to do our usual outro shtick. Where do we start? Oh yeah. So thank you to the viewers for tuning on in. If you liked my cast, want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/BadgerDota2, or on Discord, it is Badger number 5713. If you want to hire me and Logical to cast your pro tournaments, your DPC affiliated events, hit me up at those same spots. We are ready and able to be hired, and I assure you, we are better than your worst commentary duo, and we are ready to rock. Thank you again for the teams for a very entertaining 1-to-1 series between Boring Zone and Polar Ass. I am going to raid someone. Seems like it's going to be Karan. Seems like that's who we're going to be raiding tonight, if you're curious. League of Lads player Karan, but yeah, again, thank you to the viewers for tuning on in, and as always, have a great night.